Hello everyone and welcome to the stream. This is Otaku Showboat. Today is Tuesday, August 20th, 2019. If you are watching the VOD on YouTube, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and if you are so inclined, head on over to twitch.tv/Otaku Showboat to leave a follow, and turn on notifications to be reminded when I go live, Sundays through Fridays, from 10 a.m. to approximately 1 p.m. US Eastern Time. You can also follow me on Twitter at Otaku Showboat and visit my website at otakushowboat.com to, among other things, read the mod list, peruse, and find the mod list for this and other series. So, today, more Pyanodon's Factorio as per usual. Several things to talk about here at the start. First off, Pyanodon actually did integrate some suggestions that I had that I was going to put into my mod for Pi or reversion. I had suggested setting copper to lubricant, and then as well, just slight oversight, was tin needed steam, but that has been added as well. So tin uses steam, and then make lead and titanium use drilling fluid 1 because they already use the somewhat expensive acetylene gas. And it offered, by doing this, so with copper now having lubricant, lead and titanium having drilling fluid 1, now there's nice progression between lubricant, drilling fluid 1, and drilling fluid 2 and 3, which I explained last time. If you want to really go into depth on that, learn more about that, you can watch the this previous VOD where I dive into my thoughts on that specific scenario. The only thing is it's just copper. That's lubricant, not also iron. So bear that in mind that it is copper. Copper only. So this ended up meaning that I needed to push a new update to Pi Borer reversion. Right here. So 17.3 should now be up and live. Looks like I messed up the changelog again, dang it. Dang it! Stupid changelog, but whatever. Whatever. The main change here, there's no settings to this anymore. Because they're now no longer needed. The changes in settings that I had made that I was going to do in 17.3 are now superseded by the most recent update in Pi Petroleum handling with these new balancing changes. So that's great. It means that this mod now can stay as an optional install for those who would rather just not have to deal with drilling fluid for ground boring, or can decide to use it as a stopgap measure like I am doing currently in my playthrough before setting up an actual drilling fluid setup to not break anything that currently exists with drilling. So that's the thing. I also changed the code to no longer use a require behind a conditional statement, because conditional requires are not great for multiplayer from what I've been reading. It's like all the like tutorial things on the wiki specifically say do not put requires for files in conditional statements, because it messes up multiplayer syncing between players. So yeah, I got rid of anything that was of that sort. In fact, that was how I was doing my settings to begin with, which I guess is like the first thing that people's minds go to when coding this is, okay, I'll put conditional statements to pull in the necessary file, but as it turns out, that actually doesn't work with multiplayer so well. And oddly enough, Pyanodon's mods actually do have requires behind conditional statements. So it makes me wonder about, well, I haven't seen complaints about Pyanodons not working for multiplayer, so what's like the actual thing going on here? Is it okay to have a conditional check for another mod existing and have a require based on whether or not another mod exists, and that be the only thing? Or is it very specifically do not have an if else else? Like, if something is true, if a setting is true, pull X file. If that setting is something else, pull some other file, etc. If that is the problem, rather than whether or not there's another mod installed, because I would imagine that in multiplayer, everyone would, by like the nature of it, have the exact same mods installed and active, so that conditional should be true for everyone or false for everyone. But I mean, at the exact same point in time when it's doing the checks, but I don't know, it's weird. I'm not that into or that knowledgeable about just coding in general, especially not this type. Alright, so let's load into the game. Finally. Also, I don't think I actually mentioned last time about the Pi Alien Life update that it, like, what it added. I think I mentioned that there was updates to Pi Alien Life, but then proceeded not to actually talk about it at all. So, Dilmos, or Dilmos, was added. Dhilmos. Apparently a mutated giant shrimp in order to provide chitin, in like very specifically for chitin as an ingredient. There is a little bit of a localization thing with English. It says, describing the Dilmos, says, not much smart, comma, don't worry. Not much smart, don't worry. Very. It's not much. It's very. Not very smart. That's the word you're looking for there. Not much, but very. This thing has several slaughterhouse recipes. There is a combined recipe that gives meat, lard, chitin, and this guts, generic guts that I'm unsure what guts is. So meat, lard, chitin, and guts, as well as individual recipes in the slaughterhouse for meat, lard, chitin, guts, and arthropod blood. And this was a little bit confusing to me just because, so there's an individual recipe for arthropod blood, and yet the full rendering recipe doesn't offer arthropod blood. It has meat, lard, chitin, guts, but no arthropod blood. That was just a little, like, weird looking at that in my mind. It's like, oh, so there's a recipe to just get blood, but then the quote full rendering doesn't give blood? Like, what? Anyway, today we're going to do various things involving, finally, circuits. We're finally going to do circuits. I'm going to request some electronics factories, because apparently I have them. I apparently have electronics factories. Also, hopefully I've made a PCB factory at least. I shouldn't have any chip shooters at this point in time, because I don't have any PCB1 on the network. In fact, I probably don't even have a building set to do chip shooting machines yet, so I will place it down. I need to get actually into the habit of putting down buildings even if I don't have the ingredients for them yet. I need to like go through, see what's missing, and add from there, just across the board. But yeah, so anyway, how about a reading update? Because I've been spending a lot of time reading lately. Reading my light novels. By the way, last time I set up this beautiful, beautiful thing that gives me up to 60 per second of urea. Beautiful urea. The only thing this needs that's not locally produced in this thing are lamps, / the things that make lamps, as well as the coke in here. But, you know, I was thinking about it. I could probably make locally in the remaining space in here enough coke to feed this amount of the clay. But anyway, regardless, I set up that, and then I set up collagen, added to my ammonia line here, set up some melamine as well, melamine production down here, so I could start automating the building that actually requires melamine behind it. So by doing this, I've actually sort of started working on some glorious stuff. Glorious stuff in the form of the circuits, which is fantastic. And by setting up the collagen, I've now gotten myself starting to work on the, I think it's the ethylene glycol. Ethylene glycol, which is required for drilling fluid 2 and 3. Because it's needed in... Or is it just the fluid 2 and 3? No, it's just the fluid 2 and 3. So, I need collagen for fluid 2 and 3. Which I would need fluid 2 for my chromium setup down here once I do disable my mod. So basically, once I set up the stuff and things, once I set up drilling fluid 2 and I sort of route it down here, that will be when I break this, save, disable my ground borer reversion, and hook up the fluid 2 to this, and go from there. I can safely set up copper to set up drilling fluid 1, and sort of have a lead ready, because so here's the order of operations now with drilling fluid. So drilling fluid 1 needs copper. Reminder that last time I installed a mod that makes the sprites of copper and iron more realistic, as in opposite of what they actually end up being. So drilling fluid 1 needs copper. Copper needs lubricant. So lubricant for copper for drilling fluid 1. Drilling fluid 1 can get used now for lead, specifically. Lead makes silver, which is used in the ethylene glycol chain for the ethylene chlorohydrin right here. So now you've got this silver requirement that you can pull in from drilling fluid 1. So you can have drilling fluid 1 going into lead, going into silver, that ends up going into drilling fluid 2. So it's a roundabout way, but you have the ability to use drilling fluid 1 to get drilling fluid 2 via lead to silver, and to 3. So 3 would also require fluid 1 to get its ethylene glycol. And then fluid 2 is used to make chromium, and chromium is used in the drilling fluid 3. So there's a very, very nice progression here. Salt, by the way, is free through my method of making saline water that I also have set up right up here. This saline water production, which, by the way, is actually backed up on saline water. That isn't actually a limiting factor anymore. I am actually making more saline water than I am consuming. Just with that one little setup, it makes like a 400, I think, units per second of saline. And that one nice little thing. We are also a half a gigawatt base. Congratulations. We are half a gigawatt. Half a gigawatt. Also, I need to separate this from the network. This shouldn't be on the network at all. It should be powering the buildings here, and then the thingies need to be going out. But anyway, let's actually get to it, shall we? Instead of continuing to discuss all the things. Oh, that's the electronics factories. Interesting. So I wanted to work backwards today. I'll probably do the circuit stuff right in this little space that I have here. I wanted to work backwards. I will start with PCB factories. Ooh, things. Things! PCB factories, that means Formica. Formica is made in the wood processing unit, I think. Yes, Formica in WPUs. Why are you limited? Why are you limited? Wait, what? Well, you know what? I'm doing this up here so that I can, you know, delete most of this. That would be the ideal circumstance. Of course, I will use speed here. It's only one module slot on a PCB factory. Although, you know what? Nah, I should use productivity and just have more. Just have more. Doesn't matter to me how many more. 5. Alright, 5 to make 1 per second. Excuse me, 0.88 per second. Let's add one more. Stick in productivity. Stick down these doohickeys. Is that spacing right? I think that will work. $51 of vacuum, that's basically just one each, so... pumps? Bring me the red pages. I mean, pressure pumps. Pressure pumps, oddly enough, coded as vacuum pumps, not pressure pumps. Also, I want to thank the follow that I got yesterday, right as the stream ended, Stargazer, I'll do the little refresh thingy. Hey, there you go. You got a notification now that is actually on stream. I want to try to do that when I notice that there is a follow that didn't happen on stream, at least for now. At least for now. So yes, as always, thank you so much for follows. I am 8 away at this point from having the sufficient follower count for affiliate status. Still a bit of a ways away on the average viewership. If I just need 3 total, just 2 other people besides myself to show up and watch the stream religiously. Or, like, several people whose schedules align such that the average can be above 3. That is more realistic here. Where are the thingies that just got sent to me? Excuse me? Thingies? Wait, what? Pressure pumps? They are apparently on the way. Here, I will make my own and have a bunch. A bunch of. These things are 3x3, I think. I wish there was a nanobot termite type that specifically destroyed rocks. Yes, 3x3. Ooh, vanadium. Oh joy. These guys are involved in vanadium. Excuse me? Oh, alt mode went off on me. Paste. There we go. Just add formica and sufficient amounts of copper. That is a fair amount of copper. Good thing there's infinite amounts of copper available. Potentially. I have every intention of setting up groundboard copper for reference relatively soon. Maybe right after doing all of this. So, wood processing units. Where's my car? I think I have some in the car. Oh, you need a, you could use some of this. Remember what I said before, fix it as you see it. Car. You, I thought, had... No, you don't. Lasai. You don't. You have these, though. I'll take some of those, fill up my stack. You have some gas refineries on you. Interesting. I'll take the furnaces, though. I know I'll need those. Will I need soil extractors? Probably. Electrolyzers? Yeah, sure. Alright. Well then. You. Bring me them. All of them. I might have them in random storage chests somewhere, so it may take a little bit to get them. I will also need treated wood. Can't wait for this to finish with all of the aluminium tiles. Alright, Formica. How much is needed for this? 2.04. I'm gonna make use of productivity all the way. There we go. That will help. And these are gonna need some fiberboard and melamine resin. Beautiful and glorious melamine resin. I will grab my thingy. It didn't copy the thingies. Where's this one? Guys, thingies. Bring me the stuff. Bring me the things, the stuff and the things. You're doing fine. Oh, wow. I guess I need a lot of iron. You make exactly 15 per second, so that is A-okay. There it is. That'll be sufficient. Of course, I am fully making use of Tier Sif's options for the extra module slots in these buildings. If I didn't have these extra module slots, it would just mean more. That's all it really saves, is just space overall. So, melamine resin I have, but not locally. So, melamine resin, well, not built up here, I should say. Melamine resin is built farther down to the south. Will require melamine and urea and formaldehyde. I have a bunch of melamine, so that I don't think is a problem. Formaldehyde, however, I'm thinking of setting up some moondrop greenhouses to make an absolute ton of methane to convert into formaldehyde. Yeah, that sounds like a plan to me. So I have an area somewhere over to my right. Yeah. With an absolute metric F-ton. It's a literal metric F-ton of glorious things. Yeah, 30, sure. Let's carry around 30 of these things. Question is, of course, where? Where again? I think I'm gonna take my blueprint. Wherever it ended up here. I really need to get rid of all of those. Thanks. I'm gonna take my blueprint and I'm gonna start making more of the grid. Probably should align the grid, right? Make the attempt. I could do it down here. Start building outward, but I don't like that existing. I wanted to do it somewhat more over here. So, yeah, let's start off, like right, I guess there. Somewhere up here. Probably do it right above. You know what? I'll do it. How does this work? Not quite. I guess I'll define it like here. Or better yet, go down, do the alignment. Yeah, here's what I'll do is I will sort of alignment and I will shift click and hopefully there will always be at least something to align to. And there, that will be all of that beautiful grid. That will be the beautiful grid. Huzzah! Where are you off? Why are you off kilter? You're off kilter. Excuse me? There we go. I guess I'll leave it like this. Do I, though? No. No, I don't. Let's actually do the proper setup here. All right. Let's get a deconstruction planner for trees, rocks only. Set it to demolish all of the junk. In fact, I should probably just do this. Kill all of the debris in my network. Like, straight up clean, please. Why is this not? Oh. I know why this is not. It's because this exists. And you can only have a certain number of wires coming off of the thingy. Crap. There we go. Oh, stupid wires. Yeah, it's only, I think 5. Yeah, it's only 5 wires per. So, anytime I need more, I need to modify. The, these areas are going to be odd. I would need to muck about with the wiring on every single square like that. Alright. So, moondrop greenhouses. How am I gonna set you up? So I guess first I have to determine which recipe am I going to use on the moondrop greenhouses. Well, probably best to use the one with CO2 because that CO2 is free, basically, and then I have to determine how do I want this rotated. Probably like so. Unfortunately, I do need to have a space of 2 between all these things. Looks like that works out somewhat okay. And then I have to decide, okay, now do I want a gap of 2 or 3 here? Probably 3. So it looks like our array is 12, 16. Our array is 16 strong. So 16 gives 48 per second of methane per block. I want to do all the piping though before I get into any copying and pasting of this. Really? I'd rather not get that. Okay, then I need to worry about the water in. Right. Water, water everywhere. And I need to worry about the methane out. Now I will do the methane out here on this side, thus the gap of 3. And then everything needs to sort of join together somewhere. And it looks like the water can join up right about here. Speaking of water, it's only 160 per second on this, but that's without speed modules. I am going to absolutely use speed modules. I'll also note this is not set up for beacons. If I wanted beacons, I would make it 3 gap. Then I could place beacons right in the corners, in the middle, but that would require an extra 1, 2, 3, 4 tiles in width, and I don't think I have that. I only have 2, not 4 free. I mean, if I moved the power poles, I might be able to get away with it, but actually, no, that's 2, 3, not 4. So that's sad. That doesn't appear as if that would work. Anywhoozle, water. I can do the water like so. Now the methane will probably all hook up here. And the CO2 offset by 1 up there. Or not. Always be ready to adapt. That is that. Now that should be everything all hooked up together. I can simply copy and paste this wherever I want, however many times I want. So I'll do just that. Oh, I need to do a little bit lower. So if I want another one, I can just go boink. And magically I've got another one. And then here's the beauty. I can just hook all this up like so. And then ta-da, we've got the all of the methane connected to each other just by doing that. The water can be independent. We've also got the CO2 all hooked up. Now, I should be too short. I'll just have my construction bots come and place them, because I am not... I definitely have enough of these. So now I have 32 here. That's up to 115.2, 384 per second. As we've determined, I've got plenty of CO2. I might just hook this up to my regular CO2, or just take the opportunity to grab... If I go to my car, or better yet, just grab botanical nurseries to begin with, because I know I have them. Just give me stuff. Stuff and the things. Botanical nurseries. Right over here. Grab some of those. I think I still have my wood processing. No, I don't. I don't have those either. Die for me? Why do I always end up with, like, a full stack of coke on me? Like, huh? How do I always end up with that? Wood processing. There we go. And I have some high-pressure furnaces. Mark IIs as well. Excuse me. Oh, and when I copied and pasted, I do hope I had the speed modules in all of those. That would be highly convenient to have speed modules in all of these. And then, you know, I can just keep copy-pasting forevermore, however many moondrops I want. Just big grid of moondrop greenhouses everywhere. Oh, and I should absolutely have the, dudes coming to deliver that. So, where am I going to do the CO2 production? Well, as it turns out, I've got this nice little setup right here. Right here that gives like 400 some odd stuff and things. So I don't see any reason why I can't just copy and paste this up here. The issue... Oh wow, I don't even need to, like, change anything here. I can just place. Cool. Except that's not the spot. Because this is the spot. Oh, that's blocked. Right. Right. Place down what you can. And I'll make whatever adjustments are necessary. So you are prevented from being placed because of that methane blocking the way, and you can't place that because this is now methane. So that just means I can do that instead internally. Suppose I don't need to do this externally at all. To be completely honest, I can do this fully internal. And I won't need any of this. Yep, that, as they say, is that good. So I can do that same change. Right there. So that when I do copy-paste stuff, it all works out just fine. And that actually ends up helping with the routing of the stuff as well. And in fact, because there's not too much water that gets used in any of this, I can potentially do something about this somewhere. Seems like it would be a real pain in the butt, though. That'll do it. Look question mark? Oh. That'll do it. Alright, so as soon as I get an initial dump of CO2, it shouldn't be that hard. Ah, you're still missing efficiency modules? Wait, why do you have 4? Why are you requesting 4? 3 is how many? Yeah, 3, not 4. Okay, what else do I need besides running some CO2? Yeah, that's a problem. Do that. Thank you for constantly bringing me my beautiful stuff. So where's my CO2? Here. And now it's here. So there's the CO2 that will go into the methane. The methane! Beautiful methane. Beautiful and glorious. And then I just have to add the power poles, right. Alright, how is this all gonna get powered? That is a good question. Alright. I'll take it. Then on the other side... may as well have things... with as limited resource use as possible. Have as few poles as I need. Excellent. Ah, you are blocked. That will fix it. So now all I have to do is just copy paste this as many times as I want. And it will keep perpetuating more and more and more ammonia. If I were to actually hook this up right, correctly. Did I not actually hook up the CO to, okay. There we go. It's moving! -1, but still. 384. 450. So I think I have enough CO2. They are fully operational battle stations of methane producers. So that is a nice extra 115.2. I will use this methane for formaldehyde production, which is done in high pressure furnaces. And I will go ahead and set this up here. So formaldehyde requires copper plates. Now, I guess formaldehyde is fluid name, methanol. So formaldehyde only, yeah, this is like the only way. Alright, cool. Not gonna spend moly ore. Yeah, there's no chance I'm spending moly ore on formaldehyde. No. No, spank you. Of course, I may as well use productivity here. So how many of these do I need to consume? 115.2. 14. Okay, considering only like 3, fit between these. Give me more HPF Mark IIs, thanks. You. Bring me more. I guess I'll do this in one of these. Interesting, that is exactly 9? Yeah. Whoops, I did not mean to do it that way. Yeah, I can do that. Now you can imagine how big this will be if I were to want to do an entire thingy here. You're the one you're still off. Off kilter. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Are you bringing me my thingies? Yes, on the way 10. As well as being placed constantly. So this will, of course, with 18, consume a lot more. Consume a lot more than what I'm producing. On the moondrops, that would mean probably just place one more setup of the moondrops. Yes, kitty, I heard you meow. Meowing in your sleep? Huh? Are you chasing something in your sleep? Hunting? Yeah, big shake. You're awake now. You're awake now that I'm petting you, giving you attention. However, that is a lot of copper. Oh boy. Oh boy. I only need requester chests. That makes this easier. Whoops, that is what I want. Okay. Get all this logistics work done. Bleh, vomit. Vomit stuff. You can go out with undergrounds. Because I want to do this to hook up the thingies. Alright, you've got the methane in. Just add power! Why is my inventory full? Why would you do this? Take stuff away that I don't need. All of it. I might want to request like a couple of 100 units. For flight time reasons. That'll shove a bunch over, and hopefully that gives enough of a buffer. So, formaldehyde. Lots. Lots for methane. Just at the cost of power, pretty much. Power and copper. I can see why molybdenum ore would be useful, that particular recipe. For the formaldehyde, it does bring a lot less of a draw on copper, but there's always a but. Here's the thing, though. Copper can be made infinitely easily, more easily than molybdenum. Hey, there they go. There they go, delivering all the copper. Go, my minions, deliver the copper. All the copper. So there's formaldehyde. I then need to set up the melamine resin. So, melamine resin. Oh, resin in FB reactors. FB reactors. Bring them to me. Bring me my FB reactors. Yes, bring them all. All of them are mine. I might need more than 10. For reference. Maybe. I might need more than 10. This would also be a little bit of a flight, for reference. If I do make these up here. For the melamine. Melamine. Donk. Make. Ooh. This is silanes. Are there other ways of getting melamine resin? Just curious. Nope. 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 So. 8, huh? How much melamine was I making again up here? I thought it was like 8 something per second. Or was it 16? I forget. How much melamine? Melamine? Mediamine? I'm curious. Also, this is a bit of a... getting to be a bit of a hike. Maybe I should make a path for my car or something. So, you guys, you 8. Oh. 28.8. 28.8. Yeah, I think I'm okay on my melamine front. Also, yeah, there's, like, not a convenient path to get a car through all this. There is not a convenient way of getting my car up without going completely around. Might want to consider moving things so that I can. Or just get another car. That's also an option. So, Yeah, that's like half. I could add another 8 if I really wanted to, but let's see how many of these. Oh, yeah, I could probably just do this. That's 9, but how well does this... Oh, that fits perfectly right there, so yeah, I would want groups of 9. Autosave! 166 hours! So, 18. Hey, there's all the melamine. Gone. Granted, it would just mean backing up on the resin, that's all it really means. Don't request them. Please? Yes, and you need the actual ins and outs. I could have probably just stuck them, like, without this big of a gap, but doesn't matter. Does not matter. Well, really it does, but anyway. Because I'm just gonna do that anyway. Put the requests in. Probably just copy paste. Like so. Maybe increase the request amounts. Get my bros going. Get the get thee to a nunnery. No, get the formaldehyde all hooked up. Now, where am I going to actually hook it? The bottom, likely. Go this way. How's the formaldehyde, by the way? 72 units. I think I'm making a bit more than 72 units. Yeah. Alright. GG. Here, have power. And definitely get the productivity modules in and operating. So, congratulations! There's even more melamine resin. Yet more melamine resin. Used in directly transistors, which at some point I will be doing on network. Same with the inductor 2s. But they are used in resourcenol. Cough, cough. Wheeze, 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 wheeze. Resourcenol. Formica. Fiberboard. Fiberboard, fortunately enough, is made out of treated wood, which, as well as sodium hydroxide. Alright, so that's that whole chain of stuff, of shite. That whole chain of shite. It is shite. Let's get a Mark II assembling machine set up. Do I have any in here? Nope. Mark II assembling machine. Reason why I want Mark II is because I'm going to need a fair bit of this crap. Where did I bring... Oh, that's the creosote there. Alright, I guess I'll bring the creosote wherever I make the stuff. I want it to be near my supply of wood, though. Unless I just make a new on-network wood supply. That is very reasonable. I think I'm going to do that. Alright, I think I have a plan. It's fine that these aren't hooked up yet because I don't have the stuff to feed it. My minions have jobs, isn't it? Isn't that glorious? They have jobs. Oh hey, we're now like 600 megawatts. Yeah. About that, see? Now that shouldn't be there. Give me another one of you. Another sets of you, I should say. So yeah, this is a problem. Anytime there's one of these areas, I'll need to like shift click and then like redo my wires. Because you can only have 5 wires coming off of a single entity. Which sucks! For reference, it sucks. Same dealio here. That's much better. Alright, wood at scale. Time for the wood at scale. I will note that I do already have a fair amount of wood being produced, it's on my network, it's coming up, it's like a lot that is available, but I want locally sourced wood. Aww. Yeah, I mean, technically that still fits. Of course, always going to go the route of... Huh. You know, yeah, that's a bit much work, though, to get consistent tailings. Although, if I dumped excess saline here, I would have 928 tailings per second, technically speaking, if I dumped the extra saline. And that would mean... how many are here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That would mean 2.1 versus 1.4. I mean, that's a significant amount more logs. It's highly tempting. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I don't think I want to spend the ash. Although I do have plenty of ash. Oh, that is a lot of ash for not a lot of gain. Goes up to 2.8 from 2.1. So yeah, I will leave it at this. Now, unfortunately, I have to hook up the tailings somehow elsewhere. CO2, of course, can feed back into itself. As per normal. I can bring it over as well. I think I have enough spare. So the tailings... yeah, we'll have to, like, go this way. And be fed in. Sort of between stuff. Get an overflow valve placed there. Go this way. Feel like I'm gonna sneeze. Anyway. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Just have to now overflow, dump. Saline. 264, yeah, sure. That should still end up with more than enough tailings than I currently need to feed into this. I will also bring my CO2 over. Guess I'll do it here. Why not? I'm net positive CO2 everywhere else, so I think I can afford to have a spot for CO2. Now, yes, this is being done, like, within a square, which should be avoided at all costs. But I think I can manage. Like, what it should do is it should route like so. Because that way it's technically, quote, between squares. And, like, in this little intermediate zone between them. Alright, so they're producing logs now. I have plenty of the everything to produce the 2.1 logs. These will exclusively be going into wood processing units to convert to lumber. To wood! Beautiful wood. How many do I have here? 8. Alright. That would only be 2 at normal speeds. And it would only give me 10 per second. So that gives you a sense of scale here on wood production. Do I leave it like this? Also, this is technically 7 to 8. Now, what else are logs used for? Just the organic matter recipe, also in wood processing units. Blah, 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 blah. And then do I cheese it with productivity modules is the other thing. So if I wanted to use 2.1, that'd be 42 to make 13.02. Yeah, no. We'll do this with my robots. Robots, robots, oh, whoa, 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 my robots are amazing. And I do have to do... request as, and these will now make glorious wood. Glorious wood. And I'll have a little bit spare in case I want to request logs. Right, kitty? Yeah, that's right. My pretty boy. A pretty baby resting comfortably next to me. Okay. How's my coffee looking? Not even remotely empty, so that is happy. That is me happy. Next is treated wood in these. I might want to devote this to, like, copy paste. It looks like I can fit at least 2 of this in each of the squares. Oh hey, totally place a thing. We're almost 700 megawatts now. Do I, like, eventually I'm gonna run into peak production and I'll need to make more power. Things will be glorious. Glorious power use. So, you... Please align properly. Thank you. You are going to be the treated wood. That will involve needing my creosote brought in. Treated wood with productivity. Cool. I want to make a lot of treated wood. So I guess however many I can fit on one line here would be ideal. That is a lot of creosote, though. Alright, looks like 6. 525 creosote is a lot. That is a lot of creosote. Place thingies, 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 thingies. That. Alright, creosote. Creosote needs to be brought up. Creosote, though, is also technically one of those things that is, you know, infinitely scalable. Primarily due to the amount of tar that this unit produces can give you quite a bit of creosote. Right, I have the excess tar going into more coal gas that then can get vented. So I'm essentially venting extra tar here when I should probably convert some of that to creosote too. Yeah, about that. I expanded my creosote greatly, by the way. I'm gonna bring it up here. Up we go with the creosote. then it's all a matter of power. Let there be power. Okay, bring them the wood. Defeat the treated wood. Now, treated wood is also an ingredient in specific buildings as well, so now we have treated wood on our network to build those buildings that need treated wood. For that singular building. What is the building that requires treated wood again? Relesia. That's what you were missing. Relesia needs treated wood. Do I even have a building Relesia? Maybe, maybe not. I know I've got everything else there listed on the network already, so... Ooh, God, yeah, maybe build some stuff for dudes to, charge, eh? Some, charging stations might be nice, huh? Just wherever you see them starting to clump up like that. How many are waiting to charge there? 168, oh boy. How many are being used? Over half. I have 5,022 Logibots and only 2,200 are available right now, so yeah, we're getting there. Oh, hello. Oh, yep, looks like, about just under 800. Just under 800 is the peak production capability of the base. So that, I need to bear in mind that I am quite close now to the actual peak output potential. So, oh, yeah, creosote. Guess I'm using all my creosote, huh? Guess I'm using all of that. Let me go ahead and make sure, if I haven't already placed a Relesia building down, that I do so now. I'm unsure. I don't think I did Relesia. It doesn't look like I did Relesia. This is Kickalk, not Relesia, so I will place this. Power it. Relesia is here. Go ahead, request. We'll limit to 4 stacks of 10, 40 of these. Because I've got lamps, iron, soil, circuits, small parts, glass, and now treated wood all on my logistics network. So they should all be available for delivery, although it will be limited by the circuit boards, which is why I'm working on scaling up my circuit boards. Hey, here comes the treated wood. Of course, even though I've placed all these extra charging stations down now, this whole 160 something backlog, now 119 backlog, will reduce over time, one at a time, as they charge, but they won't decide to go to somewhere else to charge, which is frustrating. Oh, looks like I need some over here as well. I need them over here as well. Beautiful charging stations everywhere. Of course, the power was just spiking because I added the extra stations and a whole bunch wanted to charge at the new stations, so yeah. That is my story and I'm sticking to it. Right, this is gonna foul up if I want to do another block to the south, although it doesn't look like it can do another block to the south, so I'll do that instead. Next is the production of the stuff. The stuff. Yes, the stuff. The fiber board. Fiber board, which is done in pulp mills. Bring me my pulp mills. Oh, and as normal, I put the request in so that the order is placed, and then I can safely remove it, and they will still bring me the pulp mills. Pulp mills will still happen. Like that. Pulp mills. I'll go ahead and do these right next to this. Sure. Share a square with my pulp mills. Now, I do have to decide which fiberboard recipe I want to do. Do I do this recipe that gives me less byproducts? Or do I go this route? I think I'll go the route of the less byproducts, although it is more sodium hydroxide, and it's sodium sulfate. Granted, sodium sulfate and sodium hydroxide I can make plenty of. I can make plenty of that. Now, sodium hydroxide... Have I brought that up the bus? The answer is no. Nor have I actually brought my non-renewable salt. Sodium hydroxide. Yeah, you terminate there. Looks like, though, I need more production of it. Yeah. Yeah, batteries, really, I'm not consuming them, it's just trying to back up on the batteries, so I'm fine with that. So sodium hydroxide comes from making or electrolyzing salt water. Now, I happen to have plenty of salt water. I just want to look and see here. Step 1 is to do productivity modules. Step 2 is figuring out just how much of that I'm making. I'm going to assume at least 3. Or better yet, I should look at how much I need for the formica down here. Formica, I believe, is only used in PCB1. Yes, Formica is only used in the printed circuit substrate 1 right here, so if I need 2.04, if I produce more than 2.04, that's pointless. So I see that this is only going to consume 0.72 fiberboard. 0.72 fiberboard to feed what I need to feed the PCBs, so... Sodium hydroxide. 0.71. 0.71. That's one. That's one pulp mill. Alright, well, since I know that fiberboard is used for more things, than just Formica. It does get used in fiberglass, and it gets used in like phenolic boards and blood meal, starch, supercapacitor, shells. It gets used in a number of things. So I'm probably gonna want at least like 4 of these. So I will do 4. That's close to 3 per second. That's fine. I should definitely be making the treated wood. That is not a lot of raw fiber and not a lot of, like, that's not a lot of stuff. It's just stuff overall. To get this output. So yeah, we're fine. Like, raw fiber is super simple to get. Do I have any spare on the network? I should have spare on the network, but I mean, I have raw fiber here coming in, but the amount that I'm making here matches if I was pulling a full 60 per second out of the augs. Realistically speaking, I should set up something for just raw fiber and have like a double square of raw fiber with the clay and such to feed it, but I've got like so many full boxes or filling boxes because I'm not consuming 60 yet of that. I'll just consume my spare. Let's just place the thingies. Thingies! Wonderful, glorious thingies! Now, sodium sulfate and hydroxide. I won't bother powering that yet. Sulfate and hydroxide. Okay. Conveniently. Oh, hello. Chlorate. Salt and steam, huh? No. Anyway. One. Yeah. So, how much? 1.6. Alright, well. 2. I could do speed modules. Let's, like, try to conserve power. Like, try. Why is... Yes, kitty. You've got your paw on my arm. You've got your paw on my arm. He's like stretched out. Got the paw just laying there. Yeah, that's more closer to reality. It's like, I can't have anything connected to this section. Or I shouldn't have anything connected to this section. Any whoozle. Any whoozle. You. There. You. Power. What? Right. Boink. Outputs. I said outputs. I said outputs. And then I have to deal with the chlorine and the hydrogen that's coming out of these. Whoops. Yeah, that'll work. That will work. It will be a fine. Exclusively for sodium hydroxide here. Can't believe I've just done this. Can't believe I've done this. And I'm burning chlorine. I can't believe I'm burning chlorine. It's like, oh, chlorine's so valuable. It's so valuable, but it's infinite. So why bother? Why bother? It's infinite, guys. I mean, yeah, saline. I've got like infinite saline and infinite tailings. It doesn't matter at all. At all. What? Like, it doesn't even matter that I'm dumping this, because that I'm dumping the excess saline. I still have excess saline for reference, even burning the 150 off of these two Mark II electrolyzers to get 3 per second of sodium hydroxide. Ooh, 3 whole units per second of the sodium hydroxide. Even doing that, we're fine. Like, we're fine, guys. Also, why are you not pulling in the treated wood that's, like, right here? What? What? Oh. I know, what a problem, where the problem lies. They're having trouble getting up here. They're taking a long time because they're trying to pull from a chest that's way down at the very bottom of the bus. I'd have to fix that, like, now. Time to take a literal hike down to the bottom of the bus. We haven't gone down yet today. I can't believe I've done this. I can, but anyway. Or they might be pulling from storage chests. That's another option. Anyway. Let's go. We're getting closer. This is the, like, big part. Like, the, for the circuit ones, the hardest slash most involved part is getting the, getting the circuit one, or getting the PCB ones going. All this, like, stone, it's like, why? Where are you pulling stone from, and why are you bothering? This is what happens when you place random storage chests everywhere. They seem to want to try and even out all of the storage chests everywhere, and I don't think I want that, fortunately. I have a chest of chests that I can just now transfer to normal chest, and they will that stuff is going to sit there for until the end of time, pretty much. That's what that's going to be like. It shall be until the end of time. That will be a thing. Now, I do have fiberboard up there. Yeah, you. You, I don't want because I want it to be made locally. I know you're good, you are non-zero production of the stuff, but I have my own area. If I'm going to buffer this, it needs to be buffered all the way up on the bus. Closer, a lot closer to things. So I do have the option. I think I am going to maybe bring this the rest of the way up. We shall see. Maybe not. I might just say F it and just keep on driving. Keep on dancing all through the night. Maybe doing it right. All the way back up. All the busy, busy bees flying about, doing their thing. Right, Cole? Isn't my base lovely? My gigantic, super awesome Megabus base. Megabus base based. Based base. Alright, park out. That was just to prevent my bots from taking a long trip to fill these with the treated wood. That's all that was, is just to prevent a really long trip. Looks like I somehow had some sodium sulfate. So speaking of which, sodium sulfate. I am producing it myself. I should note. Sodium sulfate, salt and bisulfate, or straight up from sodium hydroxide, and sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid is free completely, as is salt. Sodium bisulfate is salt and sulfuric anyway, and it does give you some hydrogen chloride to get rid of. It is a better use of salt, I think, on going the bisulfate into sulfate route. And you get hydrogen chloride, obviously. High pressure and mixers. And then salt, of course. Which salt is evaporators. So, evaps. Give me my... wherever the hell they are. Evaps. On the way. Give me... mixers. On the way. What was the other thing? I've already forgotten. HPFs, I think, was also involved in this. Carbonate from sulfate. Sulfate's used in a lot. Interesting. This is, yeah, high pressure. Under pressure. Pressure. High pressure. High amounts of the pressure. Alright, you bring me my stuff yet? Dudes? Doohickeys! Wherefore art thou? Don't tell me that you're trying to... oh. Chances are they're trying to bring me stuff from chests again, further away. Ah, pff. I've got my mixers right over yonder. Wait, where are my mixers? Mixers? Mixers. Like, seriously, mixers. And then the evaps. Like, I should have the evaps ready. They should be ready to go. Ugh. Why am I still carrying around 100 circuit 2s? I don't even. I odd. I odd. Grab all the crap. By the way, you need to be in the blueprint library if you're not already, and you are. Cool beans. Alright, mixer, sure. I need that evap though. Where are my evaps? Hello, evaps. Evaporator. Mark II evaporators. Bring them, please. Please. There we go. There they are. Like, dudes. What took you so long? Well, since I'm consuming lots of salt water over here, I may as well set this up to make some salt from salt water. How much per second? Oh, wow. Please, 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 please. No! No! Why? Why? No. No. No, no. And yeah, as long as there's productivity somewhere along this chain, fine. Yeah, that's a lot of salt. Ooh, boy. I think we're fine. Either way. 1, 2, 3. I think we're gold. We're good as gold. So good, in fact, that I actually would either need to upgrade to a red to fill 1, or use 2. I'm going to elect to use 2 here. Although, technically speaking, I am automating red belts and all of that stuff, so realistically I can finally transition away from those loaders. I should have actually done this a long time ago. I can now use the red loaders, because it's not like I don't have them. I just wanted to use them only when I was doing red stuff, and they're so cheap that I may as well use them instead of the yellows. Because it's just adding small parts to yellows to make them, so I will use these. Red loaders, which I should have lots. Partly because I know I am making, see, all of the red tiered stuff. I am slowly making red belts, it's just that red belts are used as ingredients for several buildings. I'm apparently still limited on duralumin. Why in the world am I limited on my duralumin? Like, why? It's aluminium pulp that is the culprit here. It may just be using all the aluminium pulp that I have on this plate that's going into the tiles, but even then I should still have enough aluminium, like, come on. Probably mining myself out of the aluminium at some point. Yeah, you know, you're moving fine. I mean, we're not lacking... Oh, that's what we're lacking. Right. Right, it's the lime. It's the lime. I am very tempted to just set up a, to do this. I'm very tempted to, like, copy-paste the whole setup here and, shove all 4 lanes of coke into just making lime and be done with it for a while. Like that's how frustrated I am getting with the whole coke needed for lime thing. I mean, I would end up with as much like acetylene on the planet that I could ever desire if I chose to use the lime to make the carbide for the acetylene. As inefficient as that actually is compared to doing it out of tholins. Speaking of which, I should have more Mark II tholin stuff made down here. I just want to, like, check on that and see. Tholin stuff. Yeah, you are operating 20 of each. That's cool. I can add to my acetylene line soon. That will help out a lot. Especially once I do start ground boring and all that. So, there's salt being made. Oddly enough, I actually have, even beyond this and beyond everything else that needs saline water, I'm still making enough saline to feed this thing fully. Although it does look like I'm no longer venting any, or voiding much of any, so that's good. That's actually good. Then I need to use the mixers. Glorious mixers. That's a pretty blue light that it has. Pretty blue mixers. Make me some bisulfate. You need to have that stuff in, please. Aww. Again. Really? Alright. 7.5 sulfate out of 3? No. No. 4.5, 45.45, and you make 13.5. That's just gonna get, like, death to that. Yeah, we... Oh, 1.3 megawatts. I might just want, you know, a bigger footprint instead. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Excuse me. Oh, right. Can't mix fluids. There we go. Let's... 1 off. $30. Yeah, that's fine. Boink. 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 Scusi? There we go. That makes 1 per second out of 10. I have 23. So that's fine. It's the sulfuric, which... Sulfuric, do I have that much spare? Well, I should, considering I have how many boxes full of sulfur? Yeah. And yeah, you are backed up as well. Also pulling in sulfur. Yeah, I think I have sulfuric acid, guys. I think I might have sulfuric acid. Plenty of it, in fact. Question. Where am I gonna bring this up? How am I gonna bring this up? Probably best to pull over here somewhere. Or bring down from above. Autosave, 167 hours played. Where am I even going to align? Oh, you're over there. Alright. You will come in from over here somewhere, somehow. Some way, shape, or form. From over here. I'll do it, like, lined up to the left there. Up we go. Really? Don't get blocked, please. I can go do the right from here. Doink. That's that in, and then it's a matter of just placing down the wonderful, glorious chests. Oh, you're in the way. Like, seriously, you're in the way, buddy. Go there. Request the things. And add some power. All the power. Power it all, please. Please? There. Power! There's, one bisulfate. You know, just one bisulfate, and then high pressure furnaces to make sulfate. Please. Yet again, plans foiled. Doink, doink, doink. So, consuming 1, 3, another 5, huh? Let's see, 10, yeah. Pff. We're good. Give me you again. Doink, doink, doink. Power, power, power. Request the stuff. And that, as they say, is that? How many will you consume? 0.32, so yeah, that's... whatever. That's just fine. Alright, power. Those, you can do your thing. You just need steam. Now, how much steam? 160. That's 4 boilers worth. I'll just do doink, 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 doink. Stone thingy. And requester chests with loader out. Not that loader. Red loader, please. Yes, that one. Thanks. Da da da. And power. Not there. There. And request for me Coke. Wonderful, beautiful, glorious Coke. Full stack of it. And that will be that. That shall be my fiberboard. A lot more fiberboard than I need for my Formica. For my PCBs. Thank you for bringing me stuff. So the Formica is here. I've got melamine resin. I apparently had fiberboard on the network somewhere, but anyway, power all the stuff. You need to formally start requesting things. Once that's done, I'll have the PCB ones on the network, which will allow me to, well, which will start actually automating the production of the chip shooter machines as I work on the other pieces of the puzzle. So, the other pieces of the puzzle to get additional circuits, circuit ones, are all of my electronics factories of stuff. Now, I need a lot of electronics factories for this, so I'm going to go ahead and put in a request for, like, all of them. Every single one that I've ever made, and will always keep making. 800, by the way. That's 8. That's a lot of slots, by the way. 80, or it's 100 per line, so that's like 8 lines. Yeah, 100. That's better. Alright, bring me the stuff. I will start working in the squares here. Yeah. So, I need the beautiful... Let's start with the harder one. Let's go with vacuum 2s. With productivity modules, of course. Everything will use productivity modules. Graphite, I mean, I have all of this stuff on the network. I need vacuum. I'm gonna need a lot more than 12. That is for sure. Oh, you fit nicely. How many are here? 9? Get that correct rotation, please. Yes, all the factories. All of them. $18 would be... that's a lot of iron. Alright. Build the stuff. Oh no, I need more productivity modules. Let's see, so how much vacuum is that? 128.57. Bring me more pumps. All of the pumps. Do I just speed module them? Maybe. I mean, it's only 20%, which is 2 whole units per second. That's 15. Which is definitely going to be way, way more than enough. Actually, oh, it seems I clicked on one that didn't have the thingies yet, so it's 51.43, it's only 6 that I need, not 15, but I know that other things will require vacuum in this process as well, so I will feel fine with doing this way. Thank you, my minions, for giving me the productivity modules instead of putting them in here. So very highly appreciated when you do that. Now, vacuum tubes, are they used for anything else? What are they actually called again? Oh, what? Item name. Valve. Item name. Recipe name. Valve. Apparently, vacuum tubes are valves. Alright, they are only used in circuit board ones. Only in circuit board ones, so it does not make sense to make any additional vacuum tubes out instead of circuit board ones. So, always make only enough vacuum tubes to feed the circuit board ones. That means I have definitely likely overscaled it a little bit. Next! Next is, what else requires vacuum? Something, I thought. It's capacitors, inductors, and resistor ones. Oh yeah, none of those ones need vacuum, so I think we're actually good on the vacuum. Coke, glass, tin, ceramic, copper, ceramic, tin. Yeah, this is fine. 9 of these, but with productivity. I have 18 of these because these are particularly slow. In fact, I can look at ratios here with productivity modules. So it's 12. Then how many of these? 9. That's It's actually interesting. 12, 9, 3, 4. So it's for every 3 of these, it's 4 of these. Hmm. So if I have 18 of these, 18 over 4 by 3, so 14, 13 and a half, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And you know what? Actually, I'm going to go the full way with these, because guess what? These are used in other things. So, capacitors will be used for capacitor 2s. See, they are also used in capacitor 2s, so it's fair to have a little bit extra here on the items that have additional use. Because, I mean, if they're going to be on the network anyway... Requests... Put all the requests in. Also, it's almost a guarantee that I just don't have the tin. And I don't have the copper or the graphite or the iron to fully feed all of this, but it's going to give me a lot more circuits. It's going to feed all of that into something also valuable, which is circuits. Alright, next, I think I can fit another freaking set in here. Yeah, I can fit another set of 18 in here. That's wonderful. What do I want this to be? Probably the other thing that needs ceramics. I don't think I have... Or do I have my ceramics brought up? I don't think they're fully brought up, so I think they're only going to be pulling either from a really long distance or from stuff that I have in storage chests. Small amounts that I have in storage chests. Where are the ceramics? Ceramics are here. They're not in a chest. They haven't been snuck into chest. Ceramics are clay and coke. That is exclusively what they're made from. Clay and coke. I do have a line for ceramics. Is the line brought all the way to the top of the bus, though? Is my question. No. It's actually brought quite far. That is a very easy decision to make, to run that the rest of the way and actually make use of that production. I am very likely going to need to set up something to make even more of it. As a given, that much is for certain. So it was right next to lead. I think. I do hope it was right next to lead. That would be rather sad. Yeah, it was right next to lead. And we're done. Ta-da! That was quick. So chip shooters should have been made. by now. Yep, I have plenty. Now that the PCBs are moving in the non-zero direction. For the exception that you're not actually getting your copper sent to you quick enough. Why? It's not like I'm lacking copper yet, is it? Not yet. Anyway. Guess I just need to request additional copper to make up for the flight times. Oh, stuff and things. Thank you for the stuff. Thank you. Thank you kindly, my minions. Let's head on back. How many of these do I have left? 25. Yeah, as long as there's one more thing. And then we're done. Probably just gonna put it right here as well. So, actually, why not just copy paste? Why not just copy paste and stick it right there, right where it belongs? You are going to be these. Now these are also used for the level 2 versions as well, so it doesn't matter if I overproduce these. Or if I overproduce these. And I do already have copper cables, so I'm not particularly worried on that front. What I am worried about, though, is I need the productivity modules for all of it. 18, right? Yeah, 18. 20! 8.8. Oof. Alright, maybe I should put down another thingy for those. Maybe I should put down another thingy. Because, yeah, that's only 10 per second each. Alright. Of course, I would also want... No, stuff in the way. Productivity in here. Oh gosh, thing. Wonderful thing. Oh, that's not good. There we go. Yeah, you 3. Yep, that's exact. That is exact. Cool. Again, I don't have enough, stuff. Copper. Going onto the network. I probably do have the output of the copper, it's just one's going to the south and one's going to the north. Here, I can show you the, copper methods. So I have the one copper full that's going south and one copper full that's going north. Hello, kitty. Yeah? What's the matter? Bring me more productivity. More! I need more! I need lots more. How am I doing on them? Fine. Almost out, but fine for now. Put the stuff. Alright, get my logistic requests in. Get my thingies going. Still need more, come on. Still need more of my modules, bring them. Thank you. Thank you kindly for more modules. I think we're good for these. I need even more for the actual chip shooter machines. And these also need... Oh, I apparently did not finish placing these. There we go. Here, this one's a little bit easier to do because over here we've got Alright, that will request everything. Power. Excuse me, I said power. Power the things. Lighting it all up. And then there's only one more step to this for reference. Only one more step to go, and that is the placing of the chip shooters. Only chip shooters remain. I'll do them like down here, sure. So speaking of, here we go. Chip shooters. Making circuit ones. Somewhat efficiently. 1, 2, 6, 7. Need more. Need more. Oh god, no. Why? Please. Must have more. Must have more. No point putting the logistic requests on the ones that I don't have my productivity modules for. But anyway. That, as they say, will be that. Oh my god, so that, after, oh, I don't know, 2.5, 3 weeks of me saying, oh hey, let's get the circuits scaled up on the logistics network, done through robots, I finally have done it. Still need to do the, ceramics, though, but, that's fine. Oh hey, yeah, that would be nice. 19 minutes to spare. Gee. So, only 10 means I've doubled my production of circuits, which still probably isn't enough, because I currently have 3.1-ish being produced. Also, you are apparently not going to void with that. You need a sinkhole. Good to know. Yep. You need a sinkhole. Bring me my sinkholes, please. Stack of those. Thank you kindly. So, circuits. They're going to be used as fast as they're being made, which is not very fast. Energy will also be becoming an issue somewhat soon-ish. What is next on the agenda? Actually, next on the agenda is ground boring copper for drilling fluid 1, for ground boring lead, for drilling fluid 2, for providing fluid 2 for my chromium setup, for providing chromium for drilling fluid 3. That is going to be the progression going forward. I think. I would like that to be the progression going forward. Very much so. Oof. And since my stuff, yes, my stuff and my things and the things, the circuits are now moving a lot better, a lot faster. Well, I wouldn't call it faster, but at the very least, there's more of them. There'll be more of them, at the very least, coming in, hopefully. What do I want to do now? That's the other point of reference. Yeah, graphite, I expected might be limiting. Unfortunately, graphite's limiting. Now it's just about, like, killing off those bottlenecks on the raw resources. Oh boy, wow. Oh really? Oh really? Are you kidding? Ammonia is actually backed up? That's a first. That's a first in this game that I've been backed up with ammonia. Oh, there's ceramics. Yeah, brought them up, got plenty. Speaking of which, yeah, rubber's fine, actually. Circuit board 1's being used consistently, now has multiple sources, so hopefully I might actually start backing up on them. Who knows? But I do know it looks like that the copper is demanding more than is being produced. The iron is definitely demanding more than what's coming in here, although I do have an overflow of it. Excuse me, I needed to stretch. I needed to stretch. Kitty's looking at me like I'm gonna get up and feed him. But no, I'm not. Sorry. Sorry. Yeah, get that petting, get that scritching behind those ears. Ethylene glycol. Pure sand, slacked lime, that's fine. Chlorethanol, chloroethanol. From ethylene that I was going to get... Oh, that's what I'm going to do. That is exactly what I'm going to do. That reminded me. Tholins! Beautiful Tholins! Hey, buddy, I will, take you. We're going for a ride. We're going for a bit of a ride here. I have yet to actually produce acetylene in sufficient amounts to make everything that I need to make, or to mine everything that I can mine. I've never had enough acetylene being made, so I think it's about that time to actually really start making acetylene via the power of tholins. What was here? I forget. Oh, right. This was a heavy oil-based coal gas that was here. So what is this ratio? My goodness, is this 3 to 1 or 4 to 1? 8.33. I've got no freaking clue. This is what, 9 for 75 and then 40, that said. 40 is 100, so why only 9? Alright, well, step 1. Add enough Tholin plants to actually make use of the Tholins that are coming in. Really? What? Why not? Why not enough? Well, nothing a little bit of, more can't fix or solve. Nothing a little bit of more can solve this issue. The concept of more. Oh. This is probably going to be, like, the easiest way. Now, these Mark IIs will have 2 module slots. You can use productivity. I am, of course, going to use efficiency so that they use less energy, because these are very energy hungry. So I just had 20 of these. That's 100 per second added. Yes, my sweet. Oh, I'm leaving my car behind. Let's not leave the car behind. That would be ideal. But I think once I finish this, I'm going to end off a few minutes prematurely. Just because I am in pain. Like, actual physical gastric pain. Because I didn't take a break today, and I sort of feel like I need to take a break. How many of these do I have left? Well, plenty, but... How many Mark 2's 8? Yeah, I think that'll be enough. Doink, 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 doink. Aww, I need more. For now, though, that is fine. They are operating. They are primed and fully operational battle stations, giving me even more glorious acetylene. With that, what got done today? What got done today was additional circuits. That is what got done today through the power of, like, even moondrop greenhouses, formaldehyde, melamine resin, some wood, formic stuff, fiberboard, treated wood, all the things into circuits. Wonderful, glorious circuits. More circuits. That's what we got. With that, I would like to thank you all for watching. This has been Otaku Showboat. If you're watching the VOD on YouTube, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and if you're so inclined, head on over to twitch.tv/Otaku Showboat to leave a follow and turn on notifications to be reminded when I go live every Sunday through Friday from 10 a.m. to approximately 1 p.m. I hope to see you all on the next one.